What's up YouTube? I'm just another guy and welcome to my Parks to Premier League, and I'm finally back. I took a huge break. I just wasn't really feeling in the mood to play anything, Football Manager included. However, I just started getting back into it. I started getting back into Football Manager as a whole. If you're friends with me on Steam, you've noticed this. You've seen me play Football Manager quite a bit recently, especially over the past few days. So I've decided that I'm going to get back into this, get back into recording my Billericay town save. I'm very far ahead of you guys, so I've got a lot of things to record, a lot of parts to get up to you guys so you can pretty much see at the point of where I'm at. But anyway, right now, here and now basically, so now twice then whatever, we're in the championship, we're in our second season. Last season we finished 13th, which was very good, very respectable considering we just got back-to-back promotions from League One. So really this season was again building on our time, hopefully maybe nicking a playoff spot, because 13th is a mid-table position, so really we want to get top half now, really either the playoffs or just below the playoffs, so that next season we can push on, hopefully get a title, get a promotion. Either way, just try and get out of this division in a 3-year plan really. So yeah, this is what we are. Let's go into our transfers. January 2024, sorry, I'm going to say 2014, I'm really far ahead of that. So we've got a few January sales and a lot of ins and outs from the summer as well. So first out was Vincent Ali to Chesterfield for 100k. He wasn't too bad. We only had him for one season though. Only scored 3 goals in 23 appearances, although admittedly a lot of them were substitutes. But in the end I decided he wasn't good enough, wasn't up to the standard we were looking for, so I sold him to Chesterfield. 100k is not bad as well. If you look at his value, it has gone up, but that will happen when you're playing a lot of games and scoring a lot of goals as he is in League One. Next one was a loan to Henrico Leshner, sorry, struggling with that first name, but Leshner. Have a look at him in a second. We sold Jackson, who we signed last season. Didn't feel he was good enough in the club. Again, only made 6 starts, 7 substitute appearances. Just didn't really see any use of him. His value was a lot higher than what I sold him for, but no one was making a bid, so in the end I had to accept 55k as the deal. He was valued around this much when we had him, but I mean, no one was willing to offer the money that I wanted. So 55k isn't bad. It's still a respectable amount of money. Deacon Bussey we sold to Scunthorpe for 500k. This is a very good player, really good player. A couple of people may be surprised that I sold him, but I feel the right backs we have at the club now are good enough, and 500k means a lot for this club immensely. I mean, if we're going to the finances right now, you'll see we're not doing great. So every summer, as you see here, actually this isn't the summer, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, yeah, it's around here. So every summer we try and make our money, try and make as much as we can. This is the money from pretty much finishing what we did in the league, selling our players, and then we just start dropping and the season starts. So every bit we can help, every 1.1 million every summer is very helpful for the club. Alistair Taylor-Crosdale we signed in League One 2 seasons back during our back-to-back promotion, but didn't play a lot last season, so I decided it was best to let him go. 100k again, I'm very happy with. We let Wayne Hennessy go. He's returned to Wales and finishing his career at Swansea, I'm guessing. But did he play for us? I think he made 1 appearance for us. Yeah, he made 1 appearance, conceded 1 goal. Couldn't get a clean sheet on his only appearance. But yeah, he was always going to leave. He was only ever a 1-year man. Ken Clark, we sold him for, what was it? I just didn't see that then. 110k to AFC Wimbledon of League One. Didn't play a lot for us. Went out on loan to Wrexham, struggled again. So in his year here, he just struggled to play altogether well in the championship level. So I decided it was best off we sold him. 110k I'm very happy with again. Like I say, money is money at this for my club. No matter how big or small it is, it's always going to help contribute to stabilising the finances here. Next one was Tommaso Farina, the Australian I sort of took a risk on a couple of seasons back. Did regret it pretty much instantly. Took him out on loan to a non-league side. Had alright last season. He was alright cover for us. Went out on loan. Struggled to break into a League 2 side. So when Championship side Brighton come in for 100k, I thought, wow, they're a bit idiots. They're a bit crazy. I mean, he's nothing great. This guy, he's got couple alright stats, but nothing good enough for the Championship, I don't believe. So 100k, I think, is still there for us. Henrico Hemmel now. You see we have 2 Henricos. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right. I don't really care. I butcher names. That's what I do. He went out. Just wasn't really playing for us. I just wanted him off the wage bill more than anything. Just because I knew he wasn't going to become anything. I mean, the mental stats aren't good enough. as you get up the leagues, you need rely on more and more mental stats. You need a lot more composure, creativity, determination. Flair is a very good thing to have as a winger, but the rest of his stats weren't really supporting him, so off he went. And there's a report I've got on him from before, so just shows that he wasn't anything great. Made 11 appearances for us last season, weren't too bad, but I mean, he's struggling to break into a League 2 side of Halifax. I'm not surprised. Really not surprised that we got rid of him then. Loaned out Francisco Arevalo. I mean, he's got really good potential, this guy, but I mean, Ferris is our first choice goalkeeper, and I mean, we struggle for him. It'll be hard for him to break into the side, so I'd rather he goes out on loan and he's getting first team football. He's playing at a decent standard, at a decent level of football of League 2, so I'm happy with that. Next guy we loaned out was Gurin, who we signed this season, so I'll show you him in a second as well. We got rid of Fran for 160k. This guy's a very good striker, but we've got a lot of good strikers here. I mean, I'll show you at the end of this, when I look at the squad and look at some stats and stuff, you'll see we have very, very good strikers here, so it's always going to be hard to break into the side. Any of these strikers we have in this squad, if you're on form, you stay in the side. If you're not, you find yourself on the bench, and that's how it works. And this guy was just one of them players who was on the bench repeatedly. I mean, if you make 10 appearances for us in 2 seasons, you're clearly not a first choice player. So just selling for 160k, I'm very happy with again. I mean, look, he's only made 2 appearances so far. For Swindon, scored 2 goals, so clearly we just weren't playing him. He wasn't the right level, so good money. And we loaned out Mbeya, again another new signing. I'll show you him now though anyway. Very good striker, very good defender, got good potential ahead of him, so good. Again, rather he went out on loan, he's gone back to France to play football. Made a few appearances for us this season as well, so it wasn't like I wasn't playing him, but for him I wasn't playing him enough. He moaned at me, so I said I'll let him out on loan, and a French side coming for him. Anyway, Henrico Leshner, I think this guy's a very good defensive midfielder, got again potential ahead of him. Rather he went out on loan and played, so he's on loan to Millwall, playing very good football. Alright, his average rating isn't good, but he's playing a lot of football. Hopefully we'll help him develop. But I'm not sure if this guy will ever really make it for us. We don't play defensive midfielders. We do play centre mids. We do play a ball-winning midfielder as well. But I'd rather have people naturally centre mid. I know it does say probably is a natural centre mid, but I doubt he'll ever make it. I'll probably end up just selling him on for money. You already know about Mbeya. Saville, the ex-Chelsea and Barnet player, and Southampton. I know this stuff. Yada yada yada. Bring him in because we lack English players. There's too much good foreign talent out there. Too much good young foreign talent out there, and so the English talent we can have. So I'm resorting to buying a lot of youngsters from abroad. This means I have to sign English players like Saville just to come in, sit on the bench, register them, never play for us really. Has he played? No, he hasn't. Never played for us. He's played in the reserves a lot. And just so we can make up the numbers. He'll probably be on the bench as well, but they'll never come on, never get near the field. Steve Cook was probably our first signing that would make an impact to the starting 11. He's a very good, experienced player. Played in the Championship a long time now with the likes of West Brom and Bournemouth a bit and Hull. So he's come to Billericay. Not at the best of time here. Sort of dropped out of the first team because of that as well. But he got some good stats on him. He's 32. I'll probably have him for a year or two, or maybe to the end of the season. Not too sure. I haven't decided yet. But yeah, it's not a bad signing. Silvio Bratta coming as our left back. He sort of plays his rotation with Kosongo, but Kosongo is another new signing I'll show you in a second, who can play left back and right back, so there's sort of just rotation between all the fullbacks here at the side. I mean, look at the report, decent Premiership potential. This is Paul Robinson, he's not our first guy. This guy, Richard Howe, is our better judging player's ability. Leading Championship player, this is the kind of player we need. If we want to make this last big step into the Premiership, we need to sign players like this. I'm very happy as well. Free transfers, all these signings from Frankfurt, from Germany. We do sign a lot of Germans, something I've noticed recently. Next guy was Cedric Kasongo. This guy is ex-Bayern Munich, so I'm really surprised they released him. He's got some very, very good potential ahead of him. Look at that, leading Premiership player, currently a decent Premiership defender. So really, really excited to see how this player develops. Only got him on a year deal. I obviously will sign him down again. He's capped at under 21s for Belgium, so he's a very good player. He's got 20 determination, which means he's just going to really push hard, try hard to get better stats, which is everything you want to look for in a youngster. If they've got high determination, high work rate, you know they're going to become their potential. You know they're going to reach their max potential, and they're going to be a very good player in the future. So probably one of the best signings this season, I think. Jordan Keegan come in for the same reason as Saville did. Just needed them there, needed them to play, needed the English players really. I know he's Irish, but he developed an English side. That was the important thing. And so yeah, that's why he's there. Also, we can play pretty much anywhere in the left attacking mid, right attacking mid, and up front. So he's good cover as well. And then Gurin is a left attacking mid we brought in, but we already have a good left attacking mid in Obrenovic. So he was going to be, is currently back up, but again, wasn't happy with the lack of games he was playing, so he went on loan to Sheffield United for a bit. He's currently back. I'll probably end up trying to loan him out again, depending on how I feel. Depending if I feel we need coverers in this position. Although we do have Daniel Luce, who can play left attacking mid, and I have been playing him there every now and again. So yet to decide on this guy, but again, bit of potential inside of him. Worst comes to worst, we're selling them for about 100k again. So those are the transfers. I mean, I think we've improved the side. I mean, if let's pick. So who did we sign? We signed a fullback. Bussy is here. I mean, he's probably a bad example here, but Astor Taylor-Crosdale, if we compare him, probably one of our best left backs in League One a few years ago, to now one of our first choice left backs in Barata, playing a lot this season. You'll see the difference in stats is just immense. So making the right making the right steps, moving in the right direction, into getting them better players to push for the Premier League. So the league table itself, we are currently sitting in 11th, so we're above where we were last season. We finished 13th, so now we're up on that. We're currently 6 points off the playoffs. So I mean, I'm not saying we can't get there this season, but I'm saying it's unlikely we will make that push for the playoffs and get there and get promotion and stuff. I mean, we look at a big gap between 5th and the 1st. I mean, really, we were only challenging for 6th, but so is every team really around us. Probably down to like Notts County can make a push for the playoffs if they have a good run of form to the end of the season. So I'd probably say it's unlikely. I mean, our form isn't great. Look at this all or nothing team we are. Actually, no, I'm looking at the one below. Sorry, Sheffield Wednesday all or nothing team. But look, 11 wins, 8 draws, 10 losses. Too many losses, not enough wins. I reckon that will cost us in the end. But overall, I'm happy with how the season gone. We are a steady mid-table team. You see, we had quite a poor start to the season, but built our way up now. I doubt we'll make that massive jump up, like I say, to the playoff spot, but you can't cast it out, you can't rule it out. There's always a possibility in football, always a possibility in Football Manager, that a team will make that late stride and surprise everyone and get to the playoffs and win the playoffs, really. So, very happy with how things are going. Let's go into the fixtures and have a look at how things have gone in the first half of the season. So, the season started off with a 6-3 win against Dartford, with Obrenovic getting a hat-trick and a few other players popping in with the goals. Steve Cook scoring on his debut as well, getting us through to the next round of the Capital One Cup, but that wasn't really the important thing. The important thing was building a bit of morale and pushing on to the league, but we couldn't do that. We lost 1-0 to Swansea. I think they just got relegated, correct me. No, they haven't, but they're a tough team. Look at that, Roberto Martinez back in charge of Swansea. I doubt that would ever happen, really, but yep, we lost 1-0, losing our first game of the season. That was disappointing, especially at home. You always hope for a good start, because a good start can lead on to great things. But not for us, but we bounced back, winning 3-2 against Fulham. Will Bristol, Andreas Piera and Mark van Brugel scoring in a 3-2 victory, a very tight victory, and an own goal from Obrenovic as well. Getting the wrong side of the score sheet after his hat-trick a couple games ago. So really, that was how we wanted to start things. I was hoping that could get us back on track after the very early setback against Swansea, but no, we couldn't, as we went on a long run without a win. Losing 1-0 to Crystal Palace, 2-0 to Swansea, 1-0 to Birmingham, drawing 2-2 to Barnsley, at least getting a point, but losing 2-1 to Crewe Alexander. So this wasn't a very good run of form, losing to Swansea the second time in the space of a month, and out of the Capital One Cup. I mean, I'm not disappointed about that, getting out of the Capital One Cup. It's just the fact that we lost to Swansea yet again, and just added to the bad run, the bad morale drop we were currently in. Lucky for us, Coventry come up, and a very, very late goal from Daniel Luce. I'm not sure how to pronounce the guy's name. Luce. I don't want to say it wrong, but oh well. This guy's got very good potential end of him. A fantastic target man. Very, very good. I mean, pretty much every target man stat is over 15, apart from a couple of mental ones, but those just grow over time. As a youngster, the key stats to have are finishing, heading, composure, jumping, strength, stamina is very good as well. I like to see that. It means he can play a lot of games. But lucky for him, lucky for us, Luce could step up and get that late goal for us. Then we drew 1-1 with Middlesbrough after a very, very early goal of Andreas Piera. They equalised in the 85th minute. That's disappointing. I mean, really we'd like to hold the lead, maybe get another build on it, but we couldn't. But that didn't set us back too much, as our next game we won 3-1 against Brighton with Ortega and a double from Mark van Brugel. Mark van Brugel is on a bit of a run here. Scoring in the loss to Burnley, and then scoring the only goal of the game against Peterborough, winning 1-0. Then beat Watford 1-0 with Ortega getting the goal before losing our first television game, I think probably ever actually. Let's have a look. I don't think we've ever played. Oh no, we played on TV before in the playoff, but apart from the playoffs, have we ever played on TV before? I highly doubt it. So yeah, our first TV match really since that's a bit of a milestone really. Daniel Lewis could only get us a consolation goal in the end, but Norwich are a team that are up there along with Swansea, so really I can't be too disappointed about losing to them, but a loss is always disappointing no matter who it's against, so had to move on swiftly, and we did. We beat Cardiff 4-2 with Andres Pereira and a hat-trick from Loos this time. Very, very well, very good form for him recently, and Mark van Breugel as well at that time. And again, we got on a bit disappointing run. I mean, 1 win in 7 games is not playoff form, and this is the inconsistency that I reckon will cost us come the end of the season, and will cost us our playoff place that I think we can achieve with this squad, but I'm not sure. Maybe another season here, like I say, our 3-year plan should be enough to get us out of this division. But we started off this poor run with a 0-0 draw to Wigan, followed by a 4-0 loss, a heavy defeat to Aston Villa. A little bit of a bounce back, a little bit of a consolation here with a 2-2 draw with Sheffield Wednesday, before losing 2-1 to Notts County. Sorry, loud people outside. Before losing 2-1 to Andres Pereira. Before losing 2-1 to Notts County, Andres Pereira getting a consolation goal. There we go, that person outside distracting me. We then beat Leeds, we bounced back. We had a little bit of a high in this bad run of form. Winning 2-1 against Leeds with Andres Pereira and Andre Bruno, getting us 2 goals, getting us a goal each there. And then we drew 2 on the bounce, drawing 2-2 with West Brom and 0-0 with Charlton, before finally getting a little bit of consistency back in our form, winning 1-0 against Wrexham. Mick Mellor getting his first goal of the season for us there, and winning 1-0 against Derby County. Andres Pereira popping up again in recent months. He's in that recent form. He's done very well for us, getting a lot of goals, so I'm very happy there. We lost 1-0 to Swansea, 3rd defeat of the season. I mean, I hope we don't get them in the FA Cup, because I don't want to make it 4. But they're a tough team to beat. That's why they're top of the table. So, I mean, at least it was 1-0. It wasn't embarrassing as... Actually, has it been embarrassing? It only ever lost by 1 goal and 2 goals, so not been too bad. Always kept it tight against them, I guess. We drew 0-0 after that to Fulham, before beating Palace 3-1 with Mark van Breugel really stepping up his form here with a hat-trick. Beating Barnsley 4-0 with Mark van Breugel with 2. Will Brister getting his first goal of the season, I think. I don't think I mentioned his name before. Oh no, we got a goal right at the start against Fulham. So yeah, good to see him back on the score sheet. Before drawing 0-0 with Birmingham, I played a full side against Bradford. I kind of want to go on an FA Cup run, which is why Mark van Breugel got 5 against them. And Mick Mellor scored again, before losing 3-1 to Coventry with a penalty being the only consolation. So a very up and down season, very shaky, not enough consistency to say we're going to challenge for the playoffs. I mean, we can lose a few games in the playoffs. I mean, look, Wigan have lost 10, Burnley have lost 10, but it's just about getting that consistency. Winning a lot, maybe then losing, but then winning a lot again. We can't be winning, losing, draw, losing, draw, win, draw, lose, win, draw. We just need a huge, maybe a run like this long of pure wins, maybe a loss, then a draw, loss, draw, win. We just need a bit more consistency. And let's have a look at the squad. And a couple. Mick Mellor is still playing above expectation. His report has really plummeted. 2-star, they reckon. But if you're getting 7.36's average match rating and 5 man of the match awards, I'm going to keep on playing you no matter how crap apparently you are. Hilgebrandt is playing quite well for us. Ortega has got a lot of assists. He's really helped supply. Mark van Breugel with 19 goals. Daniel Lewis has scored 5 this season. Really, that's not too bad. But like I say, though, I want to look at the striker situation currently. If we include all of our team, including those out on loan and purely on the strikers, we have Mark van Breugel is a very good player. We see Basso has got very good potential that has inside of him. Will Brister is an established striker in our team, so I find it hard to drop him. Daniel Lewis has got, again, great potential inside of him, a very good target man. And Jordan Keegan is just there as the backup, so we have quite a lot of potential in the sides up front, so it's hard for me to pick a player because I want the youngsters to develop, but I like the fact that Mark van Breugel scores a goal. I know I can have Will Brister to score the goals. He's proven to me in the past. I mean, this season he's not doing as well, but in the past he's scored goals at a lot of levels, so I know he can do it. It's just really hard picking the players now, and I've noticed that But that's a good thing. I like the fact that I can't exactly pick my best players. I mean, I can't exactly pick from all the players. I'd hate having just, oh, you're my best striker, then I've got a load of crap on the bench I don't really want to bring on, etc., etc. But now I've got all great strikers, all great players in this whole squad I reckon I can prove from. I mean, the squad is small. I shows that when we play a 17-year-old on the bench, and if our goalkeeper gets injured, we're pretty much screwed there. But luckily that hasn't happened, so fingers crossed that doesn't happen for the rest of the season. But yeah, the squad, I'm happy with the squad. A couple of positions I'd like to improve upon. Just ever so slightly, just tweak on them, tweak on the backup, and I think, again, we can be happy and say we can get promotion next season. Here's the tactic in case, I know I didn't show it last season, but here's the tactic. 4-3-3, again with a flat 3, ball-winning midfielder, an advanced player maker, and a deep lying player maker. With the team instructions to play more direct, press more, man marking, and have a target man, and all that stuff. So yeah, and attacking as well. I like my attacking football. So yeah, I think that's pretty much it from what I can choose from. There's no real big landmarks that I can tell you about. I'm an icon, McMiller's an icon. Alfie Mawson, I don't understand why he's an icon. He had a couple seasons here. Alright, there were a couple of good seasons, but I mean, how does Will Brister not get on there? But you know, whatever. I mean, I'm pretty sure. Actually, if I go on records and players, not team player records. Who is our highest ever goal scorer? I'm pretty sure it is Will Brister. Yeah, I mean, he's not on the icons list. He's not on the. Is he on the icons list? Did I just ignore him? No, he's not. He's not on any of them lists. He's our highest ever goal scorer at the club. I mean, how does that not earn you recognition on there? I think that's a bit silly. I mean, personally, I think that needs to change because I don't understand how Mawson's still on there. These guys aren't. But anyway. This is it for now. Next time I see you will be the end of the season. Hopefully we can get in the playoffs, but I highly doubt it. So until next time, until then, peace out.